Hello again guys, this is Piri and I welcome you to another tutorial for Heroes in General on the FPS part of the game. So without further ado, let's start this tutorial. Here we go. So we're back on the town map. Our last tutorial was on this map as well, and this time instead of attacking we are actually defending, and the enemy is attacking from 2 points, so they're attacking from D line and A line. As soon as I start, I go, or I try to go as fast as I can to the stone bridge capping point. The faster you do this, the better it is. It gives you an edge, and here we go. I'm going to start on the capping, and we got a couple of interesting things to talk about in this tutorial. First of all, it's always different when you're playing the town map when you are defending it than when you are attacking. I don't actually know which one I prefer, if I prefer defending or attacking, because my way of playing this game is always a bit on the offensive side, not so much on the defensive one, and you will see exactly what I mean in this this tutorial. As you saw, as soon as I captured that stone bridge capping point, I go straight away to the next one, and I have talked about this before in my tutorials, and this is my opinion. It's a bit controversial, I think. Most people think that you should only defend and let the enemy come. I think I actually have a different opinion. I think you should pressure the enemy on their own territory, even if you're defending, because what's gonna happen is, this is like any war. If you fight in your enemy's terrain, it's always better than fighting on your own, because the destruction will be done on their terrain. And here I get 2 enemies. There's another one. I keep mobile, and this is important. I just changed the position where I am. He's still looking for me in the same spot, as you can see. And now he notices me on the other side, and he's here now, and I'm gonna try and yes, and I kill him, and then oh, there was a 4th one that I was not expecting. This little part in the beginning, as you saw, I managed to kill 3 enemies, in part because I stayed mobile a lot. I used what I like to call a small flank, which is basically the enemy knows you're there as soon as you start shooting, right? So you kill the first guy, the other guys will start looking for you straight away, from where the sound came. And it's important that you do not stick to one position and move a lot. If he's looking for you on the right, change to the left. If he's looking for you on the door, go to the window, and so on. And that's how you killed. That's how I killed 3 guys, and then I got caught by the 4th one. It would be super if I managed to kill all 4, but I didn't even notice there were 4 guys there. I just saw the initial 3 guys, so it was good. It was good. It wasn't bad. And now I'm flanking again that position, the D3. And as I was saying in the beginning, I like to use while defending, I like to attack or put some more pressure on the enemy territory in this case, because that way I'm sure that we are not actually having a town fight, so to speak, because we're gonna have a little buffer between the ground that we actually wanna own and the ground that we don't miss so much if we lose a point or 2. So basically, if we get D3 and if we lose D3, it's not that big a deal, you know. It's still outside the town, and it's still manageable in terms of defense. But if by example they take A4, then the fight starts to be a bit more chaotic, so to speak. You don't actually know where they're coming from. They can flank you. There's a lot of hiding spots inside the town, and it makes things a bit more tricky. And outside is always better, because there are a bit more open fields. You can see where the enemy is moving, and where is he coming from, and all that good stuff. So here we lost D3, and because someone was capping A4, and I was actually flanking to attack D2, and I have to come back to try and deal with this. They actually killed the guy that was capping that, and here I noticed something, and then I go in and there was something there, and it was an enemy hiding behind a bush, and I did not see him. So spawning again. Okay, so we talked about an important thing in my opinion, which is the small flank, and I think you should try it and use it. Like, always move and try to trick your enemy. Shoot a couple rounds through the door, and then go the opposite side. Instead of going through the door, look through the window. Try and kill him through there, or if the building has a second door, go for the second door instead of the first one. People, I see normally people using grenades for that effect, but the grenades are a bit slow, I would think. Like, just shoot a couple rounds, or do as I did in the beginning of this game. And here they're trying to cap it again, and exactly what I said. Instead of going through the door, and he's covering the door, and he has a machine gun, I go through the window, and he gets a bit disorientated. Look, he doesn't know what to do, and I'm actually having some trouble killing him. He was really tucked in the corner, but then I managed to do it. And you probably, this happened to you guys. If you came into this door, you would probably die, because it has the two entrances covered, and it's a very hard place to breach with no grenades. I use tank grenades, not the normal grenades, and it's always hard. I normally never take that position close to the window. This way I can keep more or less a guard on the three entrances on this room. And as I hear something, I just get out of that position. That's one of the first positions people look for, and I managed to do that kill as well. So that was one of the important things I wanted to talk about, and we got a couple more in this video. This battle wasn't that bad. It was actually quite fun to play this one. I think the Americans did a pretty good job. They were attacking on two sides, as you should, and if you can even attack on more, then do so, because the town map is really hard to breach if you have a team defending it that knows what they're doing. And if you have more attack lines, then it's more chaotic for the people defending it. And here the dude killed himself while leaving the vehicle. That's a bit of a rookie mistake, but it happens to everyone. I actually wanted the Jeep, but the tank destroyed it. So here I'm using one of my favorite flanking maneuvers, and I think most people don't use it, and I think they should use it more, especially on this map. On others you can also do this, but on this one it's really important. Is like flanking and using the water lines to flank. They give you excellent cover, and as I flank, I see this. Look at this. Two dudes just taking a bath on the on the river. I don't know what they're doing, synchronized swimming I think, but that one ain't swimming anymore. And then I actually give a ride to this dude. I don't know what they were doing in the middle of the water, but that was actually quite fun. I threw out a laugh or two when I watched that. Okay, so back to business. So use the water lines. They give you excellent cover, especially on this map. Look as I stroll through here. No opposition whatsoever, except for the swimming dude. That didn't do much. And then I come from the bottom to D2. Of course, there's a couple people always on the forest that try to shoot you and all that, but you can easily divert, and you got an objective. Your objective is D2. And forget about the people on the forest. And when I say forget, is like, we'll get to that, you know. He's there, I'm on a bike, so I'm faster. Go to the point. So there's some a sniper, or sniper wannabe. And when I said forget about the dude on the forest, it's like, forget about him for now, because pretty sure he's gonna be back and try to recap this point or prevent you from capping it. And there's another one. He's dead. And keep that in mind. If you don't kill an enemy, he knows where you went. He'll probably come back to haunt you, you know. So never forget about him. And he's probably coming around right now, like maybe in a couple of seconds, because he has to walk all the way. And there he is. Look, he came from the bottom. You see? That's why you should never forget about enemies. Like, they're always trying to get on your sneaky apart and trying to be a bit sneaky and try and come behind you. Cover the tank here. There. For the weapon. Didn't know if he had a sticky bomb or not, but always cover your tanks. They're important pieces of equipment. And as I was saying, use the river a lot. This map is particularly good for that, especially on this line, to use the river as cover. Most people don't even notice you're there, and they provide excellent cover for your movements in the map. And that's something that you'll see throughout this movie that I do a lot, is going back to the river to use it as cover. It's really good. You guys should try it. And here I see a guy in the Jeep and I go back for him, try to kill him. I manage to, and get the Jeep. Again, get as most of your enemy's resources as you can. And here I go. Probably getting some ammo. I think I was low on ammo if I'm not mistaken. I only use the normal amount of ammunition, the 150, because I like the running badge. And that's a tutorial that someone asked me to do about the badges and what they do, and I'll probably do that as soon as I have a little time to go around and show you guys more or less what well, some of the badges I have do, because I don't have them all. My playstyle is really it doesn't change a lot, I would say. I love to play as infantry. I like to play as tanks as well, and the other characters I actually did not try them out because I was buying ATs, but now that I have the 8 initial ATs, I'll probably start buying some new characters and making some tutorials about some other classes. The tank class is definitely going to come, but for now I still got a lot to cover as an infantryman, and that's one of the most important positions to play as. And here I died because I did not notice that there were 2 guys there, and actually the guy that killed me was the one on the first floor. So the 2 things we talked about and we covered on this tutorial is the small flank, as you saw in the beginning, and the water lines. The water lines are really important, and you should definitely use them. Other things that you saw, and that was a bit in the beginning, was the window use. You should use windows to your advantage. They're always expecting you to go through the doors, and if you can shoot through the windows, and I think later on in I don't know if it will be in the next patch or the next one, but I heard something, or I read something on the forums, that the devs are trying to make all windows, like even the glass ones, that you would be able to break them and shoot through them. So that's going to be a plus, and a lot more tactical things. There's another one dead. Anyone else? Yes, another dude. Oh, and he's dead. And I think that will be give a lot more to the game itself. Oh, and I died. Because most windows that have glass on them, you just wish you could shoot from them, because some of them are in such an awesome position. And I love city fighting. You know, it's like I like fighting everywhere, but on the city for me is the best part of all, because I really feel I'm on like the Second World War, and just you know, just fighting on it. It's super awesome, and I think if they do that, it's gonna be really good. So here we go again, trying to put some more pressure on D2. And what more do I gotta talk? Let me see. Okay, so D2, they're trying to, they were capping it already, but then I see someone there. Yeah, managed to kill him, and another one. Then my friend managed to do so to finish him off, and another free Jeep. That was good because we were a bit low on resources in terms of mobility vehicles, and I really like driving the Jeep. It's really cool, and since we're on the Jeep, I think we can talk a bit about a little detail about Second World War. Most of you that drive the Jeep probably don't know this, and this is something from the history books. which one of you guys know what the little pole in the front part of the Jeep is? The little metal pole there. You're probably wondering, why does the Jeep has that thing there? Well, I can actually say why they put those things there. Basically, was to prevent the people from the Jeep to get beheaded, because Germans were smart. You guys know that probably, but they were really smart. What did they use to kill people that were driving on roads on Jeeps? They would use piano wire from one side of the road to the other, and people driving the Jeeps would and that mine, I saw it and I still stepped on it. Okay, so back to the Jeep subject. They would just lay down piano wires, like tied to a tree or something, across a road, and then when the Americans came by those roads, the piano wire would be almost invisible. You know, people on the Jeep driving at 35 or 40 miles an hour could not see the piano wire, and the piano wire would just simply snap against the necks and would just beheaded everyone. Everyone on the Jeep, if they were like seated on the Jeep, would die straight away. Same thing for the motorcycles. And then the Americans, to prevent that from happening, simply just welded a piece of iron to the front part of the Jeep, as you can see here, and basically that thing would just serve as a scissor or as a cutting device for the piano wires. That way the people on the Jeep would not die, because if you see the Jeep, most people drove the Jeep with the windows down, and even the windows were not that much protective in terms of the people driving it. So that was an ingenious way for Germans to kill the Allies, or at least the people that drove the Jeeps. And the opposite side is also true, because the Americans straight away resolved that situation by just welding a piece of iron to the front of the Jeep. So that's a bit of history for you guys that didn't know that particular thing. And here we try to capture the last point on D1, but got a couple of kills but failed on the attack. We were too exposed on that side. I normally like to come from the back and back to the bicycles, because oh yeah, still good, because as I said, the resources were not that many, and we were fighting a hard battle, I would say. The Americans gave some fight, but not something out of the ordinary. And here we go again, D2. And as you see throughout this this tutorial, I've been showing you guys. Here, like a couple of guys in there, one dead. Trying to get a good position on the next one. Oh, someone up there. He's a sneaky one. Oh, he's dead. Jump! Come on, Peary. Oh, you can't. Sometimes you just feel like you just want to jump a little more and you just can't do it. But they were fighting a good thing. But by now you probably noticed that we're always fighting on the enemy territory. And when you get to this position here, if the Americans don't have tanks, it's a very ungrateful position, because they got a lot of open ground to cover. And they're really on the open, and if you get this little fort here, you just have the advantage, because they just have to walk so much until they reach the point, and if you don't have enough jeeps or vehicles to transport the troops, it's like a shooting gallery here, mate. You just, I don't have a sniper rifle, but someone that has, it's a perfect spot to get some kills and to prevent them from capping anything at all. You know, then it's just a question of time, because don't forget you're defending, or simply, if you have enough force to do it, take the point and finish this line until they get some more reinforcements. But until then, you know, you're quite in a good defensive position. So here I go again, another capture vehicle, and using the water line again. Really important when you're attacking this And here I see someone. I get out of the jeep, but the momentum from it prevents me from having a clear shot to kill the enemy. And the other line is also doing pretty good. You can see we don't have tank support on this side. They are using the tanks on the other line, and they're also doing quite good. And we are 10 minutes away from winning this battle. And as you saw, and as you'll be seeing till now, we are in no risk of losing this map till now, because it's just we've been doing a good attack even though we're defending. And here I see a tank and I try to figure out where is he looking at. They had probably someone that could drive tanks into the battle, that came into the battle, or they just got the tanks and they're starting to use them, so it's gonna make it a bit more easy for them. And here I approach the tank as I normally do, so no one's covering it, so it's quite easy. I see someone popping up, a bit too slow on the reaction, and I killed that one, and then I eventually destroyed the tank. 2 kills for Fury. And there's a couple more in here. 1, 2, that's that. And then, someone got me like 3 more dudes on that house. What were they doing while I was killing the tank and the other dudes? I do not know. But maybe playing cards, but as soon as I kill the 4th dude, like 3 guys just pop up on that little house. I don't know what they were covering, but I cost them 4 lives until they discovered me. Okay, but as I was saying, so we are in no real danger of losing this map. And I think we covered most of the important things that I wanted to cover on this tutorial. The other parts you probably saw me doing on other tutorials already. Just continuous streaming of flanking the point. In this case, using the terrain to your advantage. The water line, which is pretty important. And here I go. It always takes a bit more time, you know, but what is time when you can basically help your team? You're not dying and you're killing, you know. It's like, don't worry about taking 20 extra seconds just to go around, if in the end the result that you achieve by doing so is better than just a frontal attack, you know. And as you can see, I got like 24 kills, 9 deaths. It's a good score for not using any tanks. And flanking again, coming a bit from the back. I see guys on the front, see guys on the left. Get out of the bike because it's a bit too much people. You can cover a lot of space in terms of visibility. You never know when you're gonna get popped from behind. And trying to approach D2 again. Let's see how this part goes. I did this recording a couple of days ago. I do the recordings, but most of the time I don't have time to comment on them, and that's why the interval between movies is it's a bit long. And here I go. Someone there or what? Yeah, 1, 2. Someone to the left, another one on the front. Didn't notice that one. Then I eventually die. Still a good count for 1 life. Okay, so just bringing it back to subjects that we talked. You should always, in this case, and that's my suggestion, try to, if you're being attacked from 2 lines, and God forbid 3, because that's an insane battle. But from 2 lines, you should just divide the amount of troops you have more or less evenly between the 2 points, and cap more ground than you initially have. Don't, in my opinion at least, don't stick to the stone bridge, because if you lose that, then you are in a bit of a difficult situation. You know, they can just go and cap the church, and then it's a bit problematic for you, because the time stops as soon as you capture one of the important points, the church or the police. The time stops, and then it's complicated to get it back, because by then fighting is breaking loose in every corner of the city, and you're not sure where they're coming from, and when chaos gets in, it's hard to get control back. So always use a buffer between the important points and the not so important points. And here, as you see, there's a fellow soldier using the same tactic as me. So believe me, guys, that this is a good tactic. Just use the bicycle if you don't have anything else, but any vehicle that comes from here, they don't even notice it. It's as simple as that. And then just flank the position you want. And continue with the analysis. Use the small flank in the beginning. Use the water lines for cover, as you just saw now. Use the windows to attack an enemy from where he's not expecting an attack. Most of the times people don't even look at the windows, let alone expect an attack from that area. And basically that's it. That's a controversial thing about defense, where you should defend. Some people really think that you should not leave the center core of the town, but I think that's a mistake. And as you see here, even though, oh, what is this? Two guys here, another one inside. I was not paying attention, or they just spawned there, which I think that happened. I'm not a particularly fond of just defending the core parts of the city, because I think if you commit a mistake, then it's all over for you. You know, you don't have time to get it back. It's and then most people, you know, people are new to this game. This game is like open beta, just came up a couple of maybe not even a month ago, and people are new to the game. You know, you gotta give them some time to adjust to know what they're doing. Most don't even know the maps. I'm pretty sure of that, let alone tactics to get a point or to. So just give them some time. They'll eventually get the game. And here I'm not sure, using the binoculars to see. I was hearing some shooting, but could not pinpoint the location. He was lucky there. He keeps moving. He's not that dumb. And then they figure out where I am. So I'm a bit pinned now here. I'm gonna try and get myself off this situation. And that was a good shot. I have no problem dying when the shots are good. Like, I even enjoy it, to be to be precise. Always a good thing to see some skill from the other side. You know, it makes the game more enjoyable. Some people just like to kill and own, and oh, I'm killing so many people. I don't mind dying if the kill is just, so to speak. So here we're reaching the end of the tutorial, and we're like a couple of minutes away from the end. And the Americans are desperate to get some more points. They need the extra couple seconds to try and just to try and make something out of this game. And here, 3 dudes on the jeep, and I was like, okay, dudes, come in the house, come in the house. They were a bit smart, and then someone from far away just popped me. But by now, the Americans know they can't do much more. You know, the team was actually quite a good team. We managed to hold the important points, and we even managed to hold more than the points we normally should. So the game is basically over. And that's it. That's it for this tutorial. I don't think I got much more to show you in this one. I got a couple more lined up to do them, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do after this one. I got a couple more exciting ones, and where we can learn so much more. A couple of one final remark. I have to say that someone from the forum contacted me about the tutorials, and if they could use, it was Jumana, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory does not fail me. And he's probably going to use the tutorials on the wiki. He liked the tutorials, and I said that he could use them for whatever he wanted. So he gave also on that email. He gave me also a couple of pointers about some tutorials that if I didn't mind I should do, and a couple of misconception ideas that people have about certain aspects of the game, and I'm gonna do them because I think they were important points. And I think I didn't know a couple of things he said on the message, and I think most of you don't know it either. And I will do a tutorial about that. Mainly it was about health tracks, if I'm not mistaken, and about tactics on the RTS part of the game, which I'll probably do a couple more tutorials on that, because I only made the 3 initial ones, and I think people need a bit of tactics in that RTS part, or at least learn to differentiate what battles are the battles that you want to fight and the ones that you don't want to fight, because sometimes you just want to stall the enemy, where at least with the current build that's what you can do. There's some battles that are lost by definition, so you don't want to go in them and just lose the battle faster than you would. So we've reached the end of this tutorial. I hope you liked it, and as always, let's just review the points we learned, and really quickly, because we already talked a lot about them. So first of all, the small flank. As you saw in the beginning, the part where you jump from position to position in a way to distract the enemy or trick him into think that you are in a position and you're actually coming in from another position. Then the water lines, really important stuff, mates. Use the water lines as cover and as a way to move around without the enemy noticing you there. The third thing was using the windows to your advantage. You saw me doing a couple of kills through them, especially the windows where the enemy does not expect you're coming from. And finally, it is important, and it's still debatable, as I said in the tutorial, the part about where you should mount your defense. Should you stay in the core part of the town? Should you extend a bit more into the outskirts so that you have a little buffer between the important points and the not so important points? Personal opinion, I think you should go out, attack, but that's my opinion. You should always attack, 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 because if you're attacking someone, you don't need to worry too much about defense, because if the pressure is good, then the other guy is gonna have to defend because you're doing so much pressure. And that is it. Other than that was just a small curiosity that I talked about the little jeeps, and I hope that that was actually interesting to you guys. This is Piri, and I'm signing out from this one. I see you guys on the battlefield and on the next tutorial. See ya!